From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Brian Todd with today's Voice Briefing. It's Monday, October 28th, 2024.
It's Andrea Sahori, criminal justice reporter for the Detroit Free Press. Detroit Deputy Mayor Todd Bettison will fill in as the city's top cop when Police Chief James White departs next month, the city announced on Friday. White was selected as Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network's new CEO earlier this month. His last day as chief is November 10th. Bettison, a 27-year Detroit police veteran, held back tears as he first thanked God and his wife for the opportunity to serve as interim chief. It's an opportunity, he said, he wants to keep. And he says he's the best guy for the job. Bettison was second in command to White prior to becoming deputy mayor in 2022. He's described by the city as one of the fastest rising members of the Detroit Police Department, racking up numerous promotions throughout his career. He's also known as someone who builds trust in the community and is a powerful force in the community. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan said he's more than qualified for the job, and he's respected for his leadership, management, and strong connection with community. Bettison currently leads the city's Shot Stopper program to reduce gun violence in Detroit's most violent neighborhoods. Per city charter, the Board of Police Commissioners will search nationally for White's permanent replacement. After the search, the board will recommend 3 candidates to Duggan, who will then recommend one of those candidates to City Council. Duggan said he's hoping Detroit will have its new chief in the next 60 to 90 days. Bettison is in the competition.
I'm Adrienne Roberts reporting for the Detroit Free Press. Ford Motor Company is facing pushback from some customers, civil rights groups, and a group of Democrats in Congress after the automaker, along with a handful of other companies, pulled back on certain diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives after being targeted by conservative activists. In particular, the Human Rights Campaign, an LGBTQ advocacy group, is fighting back, delivering letters signed by consumers who are upset with the automaker's actions to its headquarters, and warning companies like Ford that it will ultimately lose money because consumers won't want to buy vehicles from a company that is rolling back inclusion efforts. Ford told employees in an email in late August that it would no longer take part in the Human Rights Campaign's Corporate Equality Index and various other best places to work surveys, that it does not plan to use quotas for minority dealerships or suppliers, and that it has evolved its employee resources groups, opening them up to all employees. Actions which the conservative activist Robbie Starbuck took credit for and posted on the social media platform X.
This is Liam Rapley for the Detroit Free Press. As Metro Detroit voters prepare to weigh their options at the voting booth this fall, voters in a few Oakland County communities will have another hot-button issue to consider: cannabis. Marijuana has been legalized statewide since December of 2018, but not every community has pot shops nearby. And on November 5th, Royal Oak Township, Clawson, and Lathrop Village will vote on either to allow or prohibit dispensaries from opening. Residents of Royal Oak Township will be asked to decide if the charter township should completely prohibit marijuana establishments. Clawson has an amendment proposal which, if passed, would open a path for 2 cannabis stores in the city. And finally, there are 2 pot-related ballot proposals on the docket in Lathrop Village. In the first proposal, citizens will be voting on whether or not they'd like to repeal a previously instituted law that prohibited cannabis dispensaries in the city. And in the second, citizens are asked to vote on an amendment that would change their ordinance to authorize and allow cannabis businesses in the city, opening the door for 2 more dispensaries, much like the ballot in Clawson. To view your ballot, use the Michigan Voter Information Center where you can find sample ballots. For more, visit freep.com.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.